ओम प्रारब्ध पहले रचा, पीछे रचा शरीर। तुलसी चिंता क्यों करे, भजले श्री रघुवीर। प्रारब्ध पहले रचा, पीछे रचा शरीर। तुलसी चिंता क्यों करे, भजले श्री रघुवीर। You have asked a beautiful question. Jai Shri Krishna. A confusion has been troubling me for quite some time. How do we connect the role of the three qualities, three gunas, prarabdha karma, free will if it exists, and antahakarana chatushtaya, ahankar, manas, buddhi, and chitta. How do they correlate to shape our life and actions? The self, the all-pervading source, is ever still. Just like the sky, ever silent, ever quiet. From the source arise the clouds of various colors and frequencies. From the source, when the clouds appear, Maya has created the whole system, the whole game in such a way that your understanding forgets everything about the sky. It only considers what appears, the clouds, to be real. The source, one is living ever forgetful of. One does not remember that from which source the clouds are arising, from which source the wind is arising, the storm is arising, from which source the sound and the light is arising. A gross mind remains absorbed in, attached to the gross objects only. A subtle mind tries to find the reasons, tries to go to the source. Karma. Let us once again revise. It's all a game of consequences. You sow a bitter gourd seed, you will get bitter gourds. You sow an apple seed, you will get apples. But sowing the bitter gourd seed, expecting apples, this is absurd. You plant a good karma, the results will be good. You plant a bad karma, the results will be bad. This is the simplest way of understanding the karmic cycle. Good begets good, bad begets bad. If you are showering love and compassion and kindness, you will in return get love and compassion and kindness. But if you are giving only hatred and anger and irritation, in return, there is every possibility that you will also get hatred and irritation and anger. The timings cannot be predicted. This is important to understand. It may not happen immediately, but you have already put the seed in the ground. At some point or the other, it will sprout. The cause will certainly lead to effects. How do you define the criteria of good and bad? What are your criteria? Some example. One example let us take. There is a robber who hurts people and plunders money from them, loots money from them. Now, in the mind of the robber, looting, plundering, hurting is okay. His belief set says it is okay, it ought to be done to achieve your goals, to achieve your ends. Now, nature is keeping a record of all your actions, mental, verbal, physical. Those seeds are always remembered in your records, Akashic records, you can call them. Records are there in the sky. The results, accordingly, you will have to bear. So if you hurt others and plunders money from them, there is every possibility that the same will be tested upon you. Your conditionings getting tested upon you. You were believing that looting is okay, hurting is okay, stealing is okay, robbing is okay. That was your belief set. Now it will be tested upon you. Somebody else will come in your life who will plunder, who will hurt you in the same manner. It may not be the same person to whom you did it earlier. It may be somebody else. He is also carrying his own burden of karmas, and he'll be executing those karmas vis-a-vis you. Why does it happen? Karma leading to the effects. Why? Nature is not vengeful. It does not want to take any revenge from you. God does not want to take any revenge. God only wants you to wake up. The set of beliefs that you consider to be true are called your conditionings. So many examples we have earlier studied. Love should get reciprocated. Divorce is wrong. Partners should respect each other. Children should not be separated from parents. One's parents should be responsible. One's children should be responsible. There should be a lot of money in order to enjoy life. There should not be difficulties in life. All one's desires should get fulfilled. There should not be disharmony in the family. Wives should listen to husbands. Husbands should listen to wives. Husbands should take good care of the family. Wives should take good care of the family. There should be compassion amongst neighbors. The leaders of the society should not be corrupt. People should not be selfish. The politics should not be divisive. The list is endless. These are called your conditionings. These are all arising from the three qualities. Your habit patterns and your personality is created by those three qualities. Depending upon what combination you are born with, how much sattva is there, how much rajas is there, and how much tamas is there. There is a particular combination. Your own habits, your own personality is created by this combination. Somebody can be very sattvic, somebody else can be very rajasic, a third person can be tamasic. The beliefs or the conditionings are, they behave accordingly. Sattvic people will have sattvic conditionings, sattvic beliefs, and their actions will get molded by those beliefs. Rajasic people will have Rajasic beliefs. Money is necessary. Status is so important. A bigger car, a new car, every 2 years. House should be having 10 bedrooms. Children should go to the Ivy League colleges, universities. One should have so many millions in the banks. The Rajasic beliefs. Sattvic, that I told you earlier, there should be harmony in the family. People should take good care of each other. People should not hurt each other. There should not be corruption in the society. And similarly, tamasic. Hurting others is okay. Criticizing, backbiting, bitching is fine. One should take resort to tamasic means, alcohol, drugs, social media, in order to enjoy. These are the tamasic beliefs. Now, your personality is created by a combination of these beliefs. Now, nature wants all your beliefs, all these qualities to get flattened over a period of time so that you can merge in the source, so that you can merge in the self. परमात्मा में विलय हो जाए, परमात्मा से मिलन हो जाए, जहां से आए थे वहीं पे वापस जाना है. You have to go back to the source eventually, in this lifetime or later. So good for good, bad for bad, karma, the karmic cycle. Why is it there? To wake us up. Somebody hurting a robber is a wake-up call that you have been committing, you have been perpetrating this injustice upon others. They were suffering because of you. Now you are suffering. Wake up now. You ought not to do that. This actually, the purpose was, it was to be a wake-up call. But normally what we do in such circumstances, when we are shown the mirror of our own conditionings, what do? We start suffering, feeling bad, feeling angry, feeling agitated, feeling perplexed. We start reacting. Instead of waking up from our conditionings, we strengthen them further by reacting. We create deeper grooves of those conditionings in our minds by reacting. Reaction can be in the form of anger, irritation. It can also be in the form of sadness, melancholy, gloom, helplessness, insecurity. Any of these feelings arising in the mind, it is not the sky, it is the clouds. And the idea was that the clouds would merge in the sky. But they are not merging. They are becoming darker through the experiences. They are becoming darker. If at any point of time the video is cut off or the Zoom gets switched off, do call me. I am not putting the phone on silent mode. It's on. So please call me if that happens. Please don't keep waiting. So the idea was to wake us up so that we can transcend the clutches of the three qualities, transcend the personality patterns, the habit patterns, so that we can once again merge back in blissful awareness, our souls. परमात्मा में वापस मर्ज करना है, उसके लिए आपके जो भी हैबिट्स हैं उनको खत्म करना पड़ेगा, उनको ट्रांसेंड करना पड़ेगा. Gunatit, going beyond the three qualities, that is the term used. So this lifetime, the prarabdha, various circumstances that we get, our wife, our kids, our parents, our school, our university, and the various experiences we get at different points of time, that is called prarabdha. The seeds that we had sown earlier, maybe in the previous lives, they are now bearing fruits. Now, this is the situation given to us in order that we can transcend our personality, previous personality. So instead of reacting, feeling good, feeling bad, we ought to take a step back, be a witness to the mind, be a witness to the various conditionings, and do the work to transcend them. Prarabdha is the field for the exhaustion of the tendencies, samskaras. Once again, careful. Prarabdha, the various life situations. People loving us, people not loving us, people understanding us, people not understanding us, we making less money, we making a lot of money, people praising us, people blaming us, people having good opinion, people having all these, whatever experiences we have, that is prarabdha. It is being given to you so that you can transcend, you can understand what is causing the pain. As you do the inquiry that we have learned earlier, you come to realize that it was not others that were the cause of your pain, it was you. तुम अपनी पेन के जिम्मेदार खुद तुम ही हो, दूसरे नहीं हैं. The others are coming in your life, that is your karma. The idea is that the clouds have to merge back in the sky. When that karma presents itself, in order to transcend the three qualities, your personality, the only way is non-reaction. Seeing things in the most truthful perspective, universal, eternal perspective. Not limiting yourself to 1 day, 2 day, 1 year, 2 years perspective. This is what we normally do. Our vision is so narrow. Now widen the vision. The idea is that you attain freedom from the tyranny of this mind of yours, from the shackles that this mind creates, the burden that this mind creates. You have to outgrow it. The path goes through equanimity, non-reaction, samta. As we discussed it earlier also, remaining calm, remaining aware, remaining compassionate. remaining peaceful, if possible, blissful, whatever the circumstances are. People will come, people will go. What was that song? My life, my mind is a clear blue sky. Clouds come, clouds go, but my mind is I don't let any clouds stay in my mind. I dissolve them as soon as I become aware of them. That is the kind of clarity that all of us ought to have, and courage also that all of us ought to have. Prarabdha, in order to destroy the samskaras, destroy the three qualities and the pain that is arising due to those three qualities. This is the whole game. Roderick, would you please unmute yourself?
Hello, Ajay.
Hi, dear. How are you doing?
Better today.
Can all of us see you? Is it possible?
Yeah, bear with me. Let me just put this on. There we go.
Ah, so sweet. So, sweetheart, please tell us, what is it? Suppose, for a moment you reach that state of clear blue sky. You are meditating, and that still awareness, you get a glimpse of that. And then all of a sudden, you're not even aware when it happens. Swiftly, a cloud comes and covers everything. You get lost in that cloud. What is that cloud that is disturbing you these days, dear?
I would say it's a combination of, and I'm not making an excuse, but I'm just explaining the situation as I am living by the day. I live among my family on a large land with multiple properties together. And we have business all together, which we are as a family involved. And that was my stepfather's dream, who sadly was a very much a strong Rajas. And he passed away during COVID. I obviously suffered during that period of being exploited in the most simplest way. Um, and so obviously I've allowed over the years to stay here because it was a comfort, because I had my own home and there was all the possibilities to grow. And I would say over the years, I came into a relationship which I became a stepfather, and we lived together for 8.5 years. It was not a very healthy relationship. I think we were both strong tamas with some sattvic in the background. Um, but it was obviously a perpetual needing situation where one person needs to help the other and vice versa. I'm not going to go too far in details because we can go there for hours. And obviously two stepchildren where their parents split up many years ago. Obviously, I put a lot of effort into this relationship while we were still on this working environment. Um, and gradually things became harder. COVID hit, stepfather passed away, left the business in a legal dispute, which made things a little bit unclear. Obviously, it has a huge effect, I would say, more onto my brother and my mother, because my brother has his own business here on the grounds as well. So there is more, there's more things involved on the larger scale. I continued to accept my situation and my environment and my relationship, push through within the maximum that I can give, without really putting any boundaries for myself. So I put myself second. And the result is that last year I got to where my cup was full, and basically I had to literally let go my family for their own happiness. The meantime, my two pets passed away, which were very close friends of mine. And yeah, and obviously the family around is obviously carrying the burden of the uncertainty of the future of where we live. So by last summer, I came to I came to the realization that things will become brighter. I made a choice to come and see you for the second time last December. Is giving me a very good perspective of what I need to achieve for myself. I felt it, as you may know, all about love, and I embraced it. Sadly, few things add on to this experience where my ex partner actually met someone very soon after we split up. I was in hope to stay in contact with the family, as obviously I love the children very much. But yeah, coming back here, I kept on practicing what we've learned um, pretty strongly. So a good hour and a half, bit in the morning and some more in the evening. But what I felt, as I always in this environment, is I felt very disconnected to the things that mattered to me in the past. So materialistically, and the buildings where I work and so on. So I would say that gradually I felt like I had to find a situation where I can reconnect, because this disconnection to be in this environment with multiple people that are not within the same alignment um, was difficult. So I end up moving out of my old home, which was obviously full of memories, which was a challenge by itself, and then moved at my mum's, which is just only 20 seconds away from the building. But by being with my mum, realized that the contact of being very close was actually more difficult, because obviously she wants to understand. I can feel she's worrying. I am just being very calm and collected, which I wasn't before. So this kind of creates some kind of level of suffering indirectly. Obviously, I start picking up on this, so I kind of start becoming more connected. But by being more connected, I felt like I had to let go certain of my practice going, and which in terms felt like it dragged me down very much quickly into the ego, where wherever I go, it's all past memories and blah 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 and suffering, and basically wherever I go, there is something for me to feel. So obviously, I've been trying to resist, but at the same time, um, I kind of realized I resisted. So I kind of stepped back and trying to really be in the moment, more on a natural point of view, less without the meditation, but still a lot of reflection in the background. Um, but it seems like it just keeps on going. So it proves very much on the point to where I leave the grounds, I will feel pretty okay. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be like I was in India, but I have a stability. I mean, I went to swim in the river a couple of weeks ago, so I was full of beans. But as soon as I get close to the grounds, this, even if I would not try to think, I would just literally be closing my eyes. I'll sit in the back seat, but at the moment I get there, I can feel this depth and this density that literally, yeah, kind of haunts you in its own right. And as soon as I'm on the grounds, I do feel this continuous anxiety that I'm trying to face. So I came to the realization that potentially there is some kind of PTSD or deep trauma. Not trying to find issues, but as I'm trying to peel off all the different problems and trying to find clarity within it, I think over the years, the amount of negativity with the lack of balance has become who I've become very quickly as a strong conditioning. So yeah, this is kind of where I'm standing at the moment. Is just trying to find a solution to be able to embrace and to love everyone.
Right, dear. Right, dear. Once again, let me remind you, your best possibility is love and happiness. Nothing else is more important than that. Do we agree on that?
Yes, absolutely.
Do we agree on one more thing? Agree on that also, that all of us have to merge back in the source.
Yes.
This mess that is created, that is being created in the mind by the mind, that is the mess that needs to be removed, that needs to be resolved, and we are already there at our best possibility. And it
I
only
can't agree more.
and it only requires, let me revise the laws of peace, and let's once again change the perspective. What is by God's will. Ramana, a master, would go one step further, and he would say, what is God. The will of the God and God are one. Acceptance will lead to the possibility of your merging in the sky, will lead to the possibility of you attaining love and happiness and peace. It's the resistance that is not allowing you to. No, my mother should not behave in this manner. She should think in this manner. My ex-partner, my ex-wife should not have done that. She should allow me to meet my kids. My brother should be more responsible, and there should not be family dispute about these small things. It should be resolved amicably. No, you are resisting the actual, and then the mind suffers. Resistance is always pain. Imagine yourself in a state where you are totally aligned with the actual. Your mother is who she should be. Your brother is who he should be. Your ex-wife is the way she should be. The distance from the kids, this is how it is meant. This is how it ought to be, because you were too attached. Now nature is giving you an opportunity to develop love from a distance. Instead of getting close and getting attached and getting infatuated, there is a possibility of physically remaining distant and still being kind, still being loving, still being helpful, if that possibility is there to help. The only thing required here is let go of the resistance, and those grounds themselves become a heaven. The place of your mother becomes a heaven. Wherever you are, it's a paradise. But if you are resisting the actual, no place on the planet can be good enough, can be beautiful enough. Everywhere some problem or the other will remain dear. The conditionings in this case, I would say, are, this is a basic conditioning. People should be responsible. People should act wisely. People should not leave their business without a proper will. People should be responsible. When people pass away, they should have done everything. The closure should have happened. They should have given the things to, like, distributed the things to everybody in the right manner. Kids should not be separated from parents. Divorce should not take place. People should not be tamasic. All these shoulds, Roderick, are not true. How do I know they are not true? In your life, you are seeing that. In everybody's life, it is very similar. Something or the other, some problem or the other is there. Please tell me, how would you feel if you align yourself with the actual?
I'll be at peace.
And this is what we wanted. It was never distant. It was just in the mind, in your dreams, that you have created the entire story and you are suffering. Let go of the story and let go of the roots of the story, your beliefs, and just be in alignment. Pure joy is pure observation. mindful balance, total acceptance, peaceful completeness. So this is the whole game about that nature tries to disturb you, and you find validity in all the possible reasons that nature gives you, that this is also right, this reason is also right, she should not have left me, and my kids should be with me at least for some time during the day, my brother, my mother. These are not important at all, dear. What is important is the charm that you are, the love that you are, and you are the most, one of the most loving persons that I know. You have such beautiful heart that needs to keep shining. And one more important thing that is important, that needs to be understood here is that with cure, relief is also important sometimes. So moving away from the grounds, that was a relief measure, so that now you can do the cure measure also. So going out and having more friends, you are busy the whole day working on those cars, and you don't have any time for yourself. And I suppose even on weekends you're not free. This is not the
That's
life.
correct.
No, this is not the life we want, dear. Go play. Play, go, what you like, meet friends, make new friends. So that relief is at this moment, at this juncture in your life, is also important, so that cure can take place, so that your meditation can deepen. With a heart full of gloom, you will not be able to meditate. So weekends
That's
are,
where I, sorry.
yeah, weekends are not for work, weekends are only for you. Is that possible somehow?
Yeah, I've had a family meeting a couple of days ago, and I kind of put everything on the table and be quite truthful, not as far as how spirituality goes or anything, but more on the state of where the boundaries are.
Hmm.
And I have said, listen, guys, I can only meditate this much, and I can only work this much, and I can only be here this much. But I'm only human, and I can't just
So right,
be doing
yes.
this over and over. So I do need some time off. They did say also that they are quite happy for me to do, even if I have to go to India eventually. I did say, well, listen, if I do end up going back to India, first of all, I would like to be able to go much more forwards with myself. So not just to feel like I'm escaping,
Hmm.
but more that I can just start with what I've kept from here and
Right,
then
dear.
grow from this and to come back. So they are understanding. There's also new abundance coming through, where possibly I can live in another building. So at the moment, I am cleaning my old house and face for what it is. So there are positive forward points. I
So
just got to
nice.
learn to be a bit more patient.
Yeah, yeah. So beautiful, dear. And our prayers, our all of us pray that you get stabilized, and once again you become that most charming Roderick. Thank you so much,
Thank you
dear.
so
Thank you.
much.
And hopefully we'll see you soon in India.
Absolutely.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. कि सारी प्रॉब्लम रेजिस्टेंस की है, कि ये होना चाहिए, ये नहीं होना चाहिए. जैसे ही आप अपनी मुट्ठी खोलते हो, जो हो रहा है वो परमात्मा की मर्जी से हो रहा है. उनकी जो मर्जी है वो हमेशा मेरे लिए हितकर है. शायद मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा हूं, मैं उनसे हाथ जोड़ के प्रार्थना करूं कि मुझे समझ आए ये बात, कि उसके अंदर क्या मेरी भलाई छुपी हुई थी. कोई मुझे छोड़कर जा रहा है ना, तो परमात्मा कहीं देख रहे हैं कि मैं कहीं ज्यादा अटैच हो रहा हूं, कहीं मैं ज्यादा निर्भर हो रहा हूं, डिपेंड कर रहा हूं, तो थोड़ा डिस्टेंस जरूरी है मेरे लिए. कोई इंसल्ट कर रहा है तो मेरे ही कर्म मेरे पास वापस आ रहे हैं. एक बात. अब उस इंसल्ट में शांत रहना, उस इंसल्ट में वापस कुछ ना बोलना, और दिल फिर भी करुणा से, प्यार से भरा रखना, वो अब मेरे पुराने कर्म कट भी गए, नए बन भी नहीं रहे हैं, और मैं जल्दी से जल्दी अपनी मुक्ति की तरफ बढ़ रहा हूं। बिना तीनों गुणों का सत्व रजस तमस का अतिक्रमण किए, ट्रांसेंड किए, मुक्ति संभव नहीं है। बिना नॉन रिएक्शन के, बिना समता के ये होगा नहीं। हर परिस्थिति में सम रहना है, हर परिस्थिति में दिल को प्यार से, करुणा से, शांति से, आनंद से भर के रखना है। We close with a Shanti mantra. ओम श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु, श्री रामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु। ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। May there be peace, peace, and eternal peace in the hearts of all of us and in the hearts of all beings. May all of us become shining lights of peace and love. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you all. Thank you.